morning, guys. Let's try something new today. Like some of the breakfast stuff. Good morning again. I should clarify, the only reason I'm doing this is because we're out of Colombian, so. This morning I didn't feel like really brewing Cuban, so there you go. That's a thing. It's Monday, Future Shop still hasn't called yet, but it's still only 11 a.m. They might not call until they get their shipment in at like 2 or 12 or whatever. But 2 o'clock, then I mean, it's basically not any good to me at 2 o'clock because I have to leave at 2 o'clock to go to work. So, the good thing is that I'm off tomorrow and the next day. So I'll get the music done tomorrow and then the next day, hopefully. We'll see. Unless it's in tomorrow and then I can record on the good music on the stuff. That's the ideal situations. Oh, by the way, you know that guy Alex Sears, the guy that does the outro to these videos? Well, he just released a kind of new EP, not EP, but a new side project called Glass Spiders. And they've released 2 songs. One is Honey, and that's going to be a link in the description. Or you can click right here to hear Pink Lemonade, which is actually really, really good. Now that's much more coffee than you would get with any of the Colombians. But I mean, it all comes down to how it tastes. It all comes down on how I favor the flavor, should I say. I think I remember having this one a long time ago, like when we first got the Tassimo kind of thing. And I think it was lighter taste, but stronger caffeine. So, can't drink it without sugar though. The hip hip. That's better. I was talking to somebody last night about high-speed cameras and for whatever reason, and I was like, man, high speed, like shooting so many frames per second. How many frames is that? They're like, we need to shoot like 24 frames a minute. I was like, that's only, or they're like, I need to shoot 10,000 frames a minute. And I was like, that's only like 27 frames per second. You need to shoot more than that. And I was like, really, for high speed 1080p, you need about 95 frames per second to get it right, like to look smooth and be able to slow it down to a considerable amount. You need about 95 frames per second, which turns out to be about 34,200 frames, no, 342,000 frames per minute, which is a lot of frames. Now I'm kind of understanding how they don't need, or how they need to, now I'm kind of understanding how they don't, why they don't make 95 frames per second cameras in the general public, because they're apparently a little bit more difficult to make. Either that or there's just not a demand for them. But think about how cool that would be if everyone walking around had 95 frames per second HD 1080p cameras. Yeah, it's getting better. Yay. Like almost every guitarist, I have like 1,000 million picks, but only like 2 or 3 that I like to use. And finding those 2 or 3 specifically is one of the hardest things that you can do. Like, I've been missing them for days. It's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. My hair's getting longer. Not time for the mohawk to come back yet, though. Soon. So I thought it was bad a couple of days ago when I thought I was being pulled over. I was driving to work today and it was raining, of course, and I was going through one of the main intersections and there's a line of traffic stopped. He like stops waiting to turn left, and then I'm looking around and I'm driving, starting to pass a lot of the traffic, and this cop with his lights on and his sirens, he started his sirens and then he came out in front of me, in my lane, facing me. And I was like, whoa, okay, nice to see you there, buddy. And I barely almost couldn't get over because it was raining and I couldn't really see. And do you hear that wind? Anyways, there's a thing called freezing rain that's happening right now. And there's a lot of it. Like, I had to scrape like almost probably a couple of millimeters of thick ice off of my car. I was like, I thought winter was done. I thought I was done with all of this. And apparently winter isn't done just yet. But tomorrow, not April Fools, we're gonna go get JD. We're gonna make some awesome music. But, you know, it's one of those things. Like, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I know my vlogs haven't been that great. I haven't had as much energy as I'd like to. And I'm thinking maybe that it's time that I almost call it quits for daily vlogging. Like, I hate saying it. I hate even thinking about it, but I don't know, guys. I'm gonna go to bed for now. And we're gonna see what tomorrow's like. But we'll see you then. Good night. April Fools. Got you. Oh, God. All right. Seriously, though. Good night.